After an uninspiring first half against the D.C. Defenders on Saturday, Matt McGloin of the Guardians was asked by Diana Rossini what the offense needed to change in the second half. And the former Penn State quarterback did not hold back.
What does this team need to do on offense to get something going here?
We need to change the whole entire game plan at halftime.
Okay, what do you need to change about the game plan? What are you frustrated about?
There's just a lot going on right out now. It's embarrassing for us here as an offense, so a lot of things we want to fix and correct.
No point in time I feel comfortable. Worst game I've ever been a part of. Hands down, worst game I've ever been a part of.
So the folks watching this love this, right? They eat this up. The fact that this access is available, that we get to hear the players in the game with their raw emotional response. Did you like it?
I hated it. As an ex-player, I hated it, Greeny, because the reality is, like, in those moments when your emotions are so high, you don't have the time to gain your clarity and take a chill pill and cool off. You have a lot of stupid things going through your head. And when you don't have the opportunity to take a deep breath, you say a lot of stupid things. And I think Matt McGloin is going to sit there today and go, man, I regret saying some of that stuff, because the truth is, he looks bad to his teammates. He looks bad to his coaches. When my wife and I had triplets, we had a rule that anything said between 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. never counted, because we knew our emotions were so high. We knew we had no clarity, and we had to take a time to actually breathe and decompress. Matt McGloin never had that, and I think he's going to sit back and regret it. I hated it as an ex-player.
You know, I agree with you, Dan. As the great philosopher Rex Ryan would say, win or win, Matt McGloin's with you every step of the way. and again, you know, as a quarterback, you know, that old expression, success has many fathers and failures an orphan. You got to own it as a quarterback. Yeah. Who's going to want to spill blood for this guy? And it's such a bad.
What do you think, Bart?
I mean, it was awful. I mean, you're supposed to be the CEO of that team. Like, do you realize that you're Matt McGloin? You should be happy that you even allowed to touch pigskin, and you're going out there throwing 2 interceptions. You're playing the worst game of your life. You're going to say, I confess they did it? You're supposed to take ownership. That's how you gain the trust of your teammates. This is early in the season. This team doesn't know him. It's early in the season, man. How are you throwing everybody under the bus? And I disagree. He had plenty of time to decompress, because the first statement was said at halftime. He doubled down in the fourth quarter. I don't know how he's in the locker room. I'll get him a Greyhound ticket right now in the back by the bathroom.
Hey, guys, just to take you behind the curtain, we're going to spend the next 6 months in the whole draft combine process for that very moment. You want to know what you're getting when things are at their worst as a quarterback. Matt McGloin just revealed himself to everybody in football that he's not a guy that you want to be in the bunker with.
And I know the XFL is different than the NFL. I get that. And we've got to view them differently. And there's a lot of good things. But just as an ex-player, I know if there was a microphone in front of my face and we're 0-11 and I just threw 2 picks and someone came up to me, I probably am going to say something that I regret and something stupid that I can't take back. That my teammates are going to look at me and go, hey, dude, why don't you stop throwing it to the other team and stop blaming us?
This is the reason, as one who all I ever was a reporter before I came here, that they don't open the locker room immediately after a game ends, that they do give everyone some time. Now, those of us on the other side of this might say to actually hear that raw emotion, to hear that, it would be, I mean, in this case, it's the most interesting thing that happened the entire weekend in the XFL.
But that was raw stupidity. I mean, because he has to understand that he's on a ticking clock right now. Like, we can't win with him, can't win without him. To quote the great philosopher Mike Singletary, can't do it, won't do it. He need to kick rock.
And here's the reality. Like, there's a lot of guys in that league that are playing for an opportunity, a chance to get a training camp invite to an NFL roster. It's going to be very difficult for Matt McGloin to go in that locker room and go, hey, follow me in this game next week, guys, because we could do it. And these guys are going, wait, this is my only chance to get back in the NFL, but they're blowing it.
They're walking an interesting line there, because they don't want to just be about the 6 guys who are eventually going to make the back end of an NFL roster. They're trying to make you interested in what they're doing in and of itself. And again, I'll say it again, that was the most interesting thing that happened the entire weekend.
Greeny, I agree with that, but it's to the detriment of Matt McGloin's career, because now he's toxic.
I guess that's at the end of the day up to him.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.